Everyone needs a civics education. Welcome to APS Education. My name is Randall White. I'm the author of American Popular Sovereignty, which is a contemporary civics textbook written from a populist perspective. Populists believe that government should serve the interest of ordinary working-class people. This video is the first in a series where we will be reading the chapters. In this particular video, we are reviewing the book's cover, front and back. The title, American Popular Sovereignty, is abbreviated as APS, which is where my publishing company, APS Education, gets its name. The logo is a scale showing representation and participation in perfect balance. The subtitle describes APS as a guide to restoring participatory government and achieving remedy. The rear cover introduces the reader to my thesis, which points to the historical roots of our present-day political and economic problems. It says, "We the people are the creators of government, yet we no longer know about our public powers or how to use them. APS teaches practical civics, which facilitates restoring our public voice, establishing public accountability, restoring and modernizing our civil rights, restoring justice in our courts, and restoring our standard of living to the high level of prosperity that ordinary working-class Americans typically enjoyed 50 years ago." Back in 1791, when the original 13 states ratified the Bill of Rights to America's Constitution, our government consisted of two kinds of institutions, participatory and representative, each of which contributed to a properly functioning, balanced, democratic government. The participatory institutions consisted of the citizens' local public militias, grand juries, petit juries, committees, and the ballot initiative process through which the citizens created public charters and made public laws and policies. These traditional participatory governmental institutions used to protect the integrity of representative government and our civil rights by holding public representatives accountable to their oath of office and to the citizens' public will. America has always had a participatory branch of government, but it has never been formally established. During the late 1700s, America's founding fathers did not perceive the need to articulate and protect our traditional participatory institutions in the Constitution because the colonists had routinely participated in these institutions for the previous 200 years. The thought never occurred to our founding fathers that over 100 years later, unscrupulous public representatives would undermine participatory government to the extent that it is now dormant or asleep, thereby allowing unchecked public corruption and unconstitutional policies to proliferate, which have already covertly reduced our republic to a deep state-controlled kleptocracy that is stealing away our wealth. APS explains how to achieve our political objectives through the ballot initiative process, such as formally establishing the participatory branch of government and standards for public conduct, together with other measures that serve to restore good government, increase our standard of living, and improve our quality of life. APS is an extremely unusual kind of textbook, not only because of its content, but because of its origin. APS was born out of an undeterred pursuit of proper legal remedy. In April 2015, after more than a decade of suffering along with my clients at the hands of unchecked public corruption and deprivation of rights in our courts, I met with congressional staff and their legal counsel to discuss how we could stop the IRS from willfully misapplying the Internal Revenue laws to my clients. They plainly said that my memorandum of law about federal taxation under the Constitution was correct, but the problem of public corruption involving the IRS was too big for them to challenge. I already knew that our remedy was with a grand jury, but our access was being blocked by the courts and the prosecutors. This situation is what prompted me to write a civics textbook which would empower we the people with sufficient knowledge to overcome all obstacles and barriers to justice. Now you know why I wrote APS. 30 pages of the book are posted on the APS Education website to facilitate viewing the chapter titles, the diagrams, and 2 of the 125 chapters, which altogether provide a truly enlightening, useful, practical, and empowering civics education. In the next video, we will begin reading the chapters. You and your family and friends are all invited to join us as we study American civics and learn about our public powers and how to use them.